Hey, everybody. How are you? Welcome to the show. It's Thursday night. And that means that it is time for the spectacular that is C-Nev's Place. How's everybody doing? Let's see some comments so I know people have made it into the room. And we'll start as soon as I see some evidence of that fact. How is everybody today? What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful temperature we ended up with today. It was really nice, wasn't it? Felt like spring almost. So you may be looking at the background here. I have changed it from last week's. Hello, Michelle. How are you? We changed this from last week's Ocean Way Studios background because, as you know, our very special guest is Ms. Ann Harris today, and she's kind of a spiritual sort of being. So I thought it'd be nice to have some thought pictures going on behind me while I'm going today. So we'll see what happens. I don't know if it's going to engender stuff or not. So I see YouTube is active. Oh, you know what? I've got all this reverb on my voice while I'm talking, and that's a no-no. This is the way we do it. We don't talk with reverb on our voice. So, hi, Cruz. How are you? All right. We've got a quorum. So I think I may just start playing some songs because why not, right? That's kind of what I'm here for. And I am so glad to see all of you here with me. So what am I going to start with today? Well, like I said, it feels a little bit like spring today, so I thought I would do something kind of springish to start off. So let me just get the sound I want up here. I think I'm going to use a Rhodes for this. That sounds like a Rhodes. I might even put a little chorus on that. There we go. Anyway. Boy, that water's good stuff. Has anybody gotten out yet? Has anybody been outside? Like, not just outside. I know you've all been outside walking around or sitting in your backyard, but have you been outside and been to see any music yet, maybe? I don't know. There are gigs happening. I had one Saturday night in Geneva. Hello, Peter. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. By the way, thank you for posting that great, great video on my page. It was really cool. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I forgot how much fun that show was. I might have to try and do one of those at some point. That stick show was great. I think that was the one, right? All right. So let's be a little springy to start while I warm up. Born a poor young country boy, Mother Nature's son. All day long I'm singing songs for everyone. Sit beside a mountain stream, see our waters rise. Listen to the pretty sound of music as she flies. Do 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 do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Find me in my field of grass, swing the sun, swaying daisies, sing a lazy song beneath the sun. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. sort of remembered that song. Hello, Uncle Mike. Hey, Bobby, how are you? Good to see you. So let's see now. As they file into the room, waiting on the great Ann Harris, we are going to do a couple more for you, just to, let people find their seats, get their popcorn, and all that good stuff. So this is international. I don't know. It's Women's Month. International Women's Day was Monday, and so I thought, well, I should do something to kind of commemorate that, right? I mean, where would we be without the contributions of all the fabulous women in our lives? And the answer is we would be in a shitload of trouble. That's where I'd be anyway. So I think, with that in mind, I got a song to do. Looking out at the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired when I knew I had to face another day. Lord, it made me feel so tired. Oh, the day I met you, life was so unkind. But you're the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. When my soul was in the lost and found, you came along to claim it. I didn't know just what was wrong with me till your kiss helped me name it. I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for. If I make you happy, I don't need to do no more. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Oh, baby, what you done to me? You make me feel so good inside, and I just wanna be close to you. 'Cause you make me feel so alive. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for. If I make you happy, I don't need to do no more. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. And you do. You make me feel that way. Who's texting me in the middle of a show? Come on now. Ah, Jimmy Darley. There he is. Okay. Well, never mind. I'm going to let that go. So I know we have some people who are watching the president's speech, and that's great. I frankly will be watching it myself later. Hope he doesn't say anything too crazy, but I get a feeling this one's going to be okay. So there you go. I think I'm going to do one more before we bring on the very wonderful and talented Ann Harris. And I think I'm going to do, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to do a band tune because I like the band quite a bit. And I know you folks do too. So here we go. Oh my goodness. I have a little frog in my throat. I did my Peloton today, which I don't usually do on show days because it tends to make my voice a little tired. But you know what? Come on. That's what it's all about, working through it, man. Hannah Corbin got me there today. All right, here we go. I'm going to give myself a little extra reverb on the piano. Oh, that's pretty. Unfaithful servant. Wait a minute, something's not right here. What's going on? That's not the right key for this song. I was going to say. Unfaithful servant, I hear you're leaving soon in the morning. What did you do to the lady that she's gonna have to send you away? Unfaithful servant, you don't have to say you're sorry if you done it just for the spite. Or did you do it just for the glory? Like a stranger, you turned your back and left your keys and gone to pack. Bear in mind who's to blame and all the same. She really cared for the time she spared and the home you shared. Unfaithful servant, I can hear the whistle blowing. Yes, the train is a-comin', and soon you'll be a-going. Let us not bow our heads, for we won't be complaining. Life has been good to us all, even when that sky is a-raining. To take it with a grain of salt is all I can do. It's no one's fault. Makes no difference if we fade away. It's just as it was. It's much too cold for me to stay. Goodbye to my country home. So long to ladies I have known. Farewell to my other side. I'd best just take it in stride. Unfaithful servant, you'll learn to find your place. I can see it in your smile, and yes, I see it in your face. The memories will linger on, the good old days, but they're all gone. Oh, lonesome servant, can't you see? We're still one and the same, just you and me. That is a very, very lovely song. Hello, Mr. Bruce. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. How communication works. That's Bruce Lambert, folks. He knows how communication works. Yes, John, that is a cool background. And I have that background in honor of our very, very special guest, who I'm going to bring out right now, right? Hold on, let me get rid of that reverb. My God, it's making me crazy. Before I go to Ann, let me just remind you that if you wish to send a tip, you may do so at these places, and I will use it to buy food for my starving children or beer for myself. But either way, it will be used. So I would appreciate it. But if you can't do it, I get it. This pandemic has been hell for all of us. So enjoy the music. That's what I'm here for, right? And there's all kinds of other stuff I'm going to hit you up with today because there's all kinds of stuff cooking. But first, let's get with Ann Harris, shall we? Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get her in here. Where is Ann? Ann Harris?
Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
How are you?
What's up? I'm quite well. It's really nice to see you, and I'm so happy to be here.
And I am so happy to have you.
Very messy basement. I just threw something up to cover up the mess, and I'm like, you've got psychedelics and all kinds of great stuff going on. Thank you. Because I took my tab about a half hour ago, and I'm just starting to feel the lips, so it's like it's freaking awesome, man.
Very nice. Very nice. I might want you to move your mic a tiny bit closer to you.
Okay.
Only because I feel like you're not as loud as I want you to be.
Okay. Is this better?
Yeah, I think
Is this
that.
louder?
Tap your mic.
Is that better? Is my mic not?
Yeah. You're good.
Okay.
Okay, we're good. So anyway, what have you been up to?
I have been just getting high, you know.
Ah, well, you know, it's legal.
Like everybody else, I've just been, riding the waves of all kinds of emotions and adjusting to this new time that we're in. And I must say, I am so very grateful because my family and I are healthy. We're, we have a roof over our head. And it's like all these things that, I'm not going to say I took for granted. I've always been a consciously grateful person, but it's just a whole new level now,
Yeah.
Grateful to be able to take a breath easily, grateful to have my friends and family surrounding me with a beautiful bubble of love. I mean, I got no complaints. I've been making music and the challenges that were presented with our everyone is going through it. I think misery loves company is a very fitting way to describe it. We're all in this together for real. So,
Yeah. It's the truth.
good.
But you have been making some good music. By the way, folks, if you wish to
Thank you.
see some of Ann's videos and listen to some music, you can go to annharris.com and you'll see all kinds of great stuff. I think we'll give you a taste of something in a little bit. But I noticed that you also have, see, John, I'm getting a couple of things that are saying we need more volume on Ann. And I've got you
Okay.
cranked on my end. Do you have a way to turn yourself
So,
up over there?
I might. Let me see.
Because when we tested earlier, folks, I promise you when we tested earlier, this was all fine.
It was perfect earlier.
It is the nature of the beast that something's going to change.
I'm cranked pretty hard here.
Oh,
Did that help any?
you were loud there for a minute,
At
but you were
all.
super close to the mic. I wonder.
was.
Are you? Is
If
your
I just
mic
needed
turned
to put
around?
the
Or you?
mic in? No, it's.
It feels
the
like you're a
right
lot
way. It's
louder.
how
On,
we had.
feels like
Oh,
you're a
wait,
lot
hold on
louder
a
on the
second.
back end.
Yeah.
Yes, folks. Technical difficulties
I think
are
that's the
part of the entertainment here. At
Oh
C-Nev
my
Play.
God. Okay, is that better?
That is so much better.
That's what's weird is I don't think I moved it from last night, and we were cool last night, right? I think we were. That's so strange.
Gremlins. That's how it happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually move this to this side because then I can. I hope hope everyone at home is enjoying this.
Once again,
sound
folks,
check.
AnnHarris.com.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Is that better?
That's way better. That's way better.
Awesome. So we discovered what the problem was.
There you
I'm
go.
a complete idiot, and I guess I am high. I'm so sorry, people.
You know,
Oh
the
my
interesting,
God.
but it's funny because don't feel bad because this happens literally every week. There is some kind of technical something that happens, and it's
Yeah, but this is a major thing. This is not like mine. Or I appreciate you trying to give me the slack, but my mic was backwards. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think
Well,
we're good though now.
as I was saying, on your website, not only is your music on there and some very cool video stuff as well, and you have a YouTube channel that you should check out. There is
do.
also you're selling body butter. Is that correct?
Yes. Okay, you laugh, but you haven't tried my magical body butter.
I have not.
And here's the thing. I think we've all. I'm a creator. I'm a creative person. I make stuff, and I'm a tinkerer. And for as long as I can remember, I've messed around with making my own body products, lip balms and different combinations of like tinted moisturizer blending, lotions and my makeup and stuff like that. So I just kind of got obsessed with perfecting a body butter formula, which I worked on very hard for I don't know, a few weeks, kind of intensively, and finally got to where I was totally satisfied with it. And like everyone, I've been doing so much hand washing, and I play fiddle, so my hands have been like completely trashed and wrecked. And I also am kind of like a high end biche when it comes to product. Like I like the good stuff, organic, vegan, sustainably produced. So I came up with this great formula, and I sourced the best ingredients you could possibly imagine, and I make batches of it in my kitchen. When I do something I like and I get excited about it, I want to share it with the world. So I just I jumped online, and I jumped onto my friends and fans, and I'm like, I'm making this stuff, and if you want it, please. I set up a little Wix site and everything, and it's been selling like crazy, and people have been really, really happy with the product. And I can't make medical claims, but I do have a few people that have had skin issues that have found great relief in my product. So you can go to my website. There's a link to the body butter there. And I'm going to send you a body butter for having me on as a guest. I would love to gift you and your family with a body butter.
Yes, finally this is worth it. I'd love to try it. I'm usually, I'm Cetaphil on my face and Nivea for men on.
Oh no,
everywhere
that's
else.
evil. No, you don't want that.
I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to learn.
Okay. Well, you have beautiful skin, so there's not a lot that I have to teach you. I guess you're doing the right thing, but I would love to moisturize you.
Well, Anne, my wife watches this.
I'm hoping.
So why don't we do a song? I would love to hear you play something, as I'm sure everyone else would.
You know what I really wish? I didn't know it was possible for me to actually do this at your place in person, so we could be together in the same room, because I've been listening to you and I'm like, I want to play with you. I just, I miss playing with people. I get to a little bit here and there, but it's been a while, and I'm used to doing it on the regular, like you.
Well, let's make it happen. Well, the good thing about this show is you don't have to worry about going through the booking agent, because that's just me. So,
awesome.
So
and
let's
I'm bribing
talk
you
about
with butter. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a lot of fun. I would love that.
Cool.
All right. So what are you going to play for us?
I'm not sure. Let me just think on this for a second. Make sure I'm in tune. I think I'm going to start out with a song I wrote called "Hymn for Her."
Okay.
And it's a tune I wrote for deceased aunt of mine. She passed away a few years back. She lived a beautifully long, wonderful life. And she was very much she was like a leader kind of person. She did things before other people. She was a feminist before it was cool. She was wearing pantsuits in the 40s, and owned her own, bought her own brownstone in Brooklyn, which in the end of her life turned out to be this gold mine. And she trained as a nurse, and she was just a wonderful person. I did not know her that well, but I remember hearing stories about her through my mother. And when she passed, I was just kind of inspired by a little melody that was floating around in my head. So this is for her. It was inspired by her, and it's called Hymn for Her.
Wow. That's powerful, man. That's really good.
Thank you so much.
I like
I got
that.
distracted and just jumped into another thing in the middle of it, but it
That's
felt
okay.
right, so.
It's live music at its finest. Wow, that was really cool.
Thank you. Thanks so
I
much.
enjoyed that a
I
lot.
appreciate that.
Oh, look at this. Kevin Trim is chiming in. He believes it's beautiful music as well. And you know what?
Thank you, Kevin.
Kevin believes it. Kelly believes it. Of course, she knows.
Oh, Kelly! I know her. She's the sweetest lady.
Oh, I don't know if you know her then.
She's fabulous. Kelly is a
That is
dear
true.
friend of both of ours. One of
Yes.
the best ones around. I love her.
Doesn't get much better.
No, that is true.
So I did notice that you had, oh, Derek, I'm going to put him up there too. Hey, D, what's up, man?
What's
Um,
up, Derek? Thank you.
So,
Nice.
you've kind of found a really interesting niche for yourself in like the blues community, which is a little unusual given your instrument. It's like you don't
Mm-hmm.
see a lot of that because I mean you did a lot of that stuff with Otis Taylor, which is super
Yeah.
cool. Um, what's that like? I mean, I started on the blues scene in the '90s playing with Dion Payton, but when I
Yeah.
left, there were no violinists on the scene when I was there.
Yeah, there's not a lot of them now, but I started my career, my blues portion of my career with Otis Taylor, and toured with him for oh gosh, like close to 9.5 years, and did 4 records with him, and traveled the world, and just kind of I feel like that was my doctorate music degree. Was I went to undergrad for music, and then I got out and did bar band cover stuff, and that was like my first and second degree, and then I went on to the doctorate, and that was immersion, total immersion into blues music. And I grew up listening to a wide variety of all kinds of stuff. And I remember there was a station, I grew up in a little hippie town in southwestern Ohio. And the station that we listened to primarily growing up was WDAO, which was like a funk soul station, but they had a blues program and a gospel programs on the weekends, and they hosted a lot of the concerts and a lot of the blues concerts that came through that part of Ohio. So that's how I learned in my early years about the genre and the great artists that Coco Taylor and Bobby Blue Bland and Buddy Guy and BB King, and all the greats would come through and they would make appearances on the radio shows. So it's just interesting, the little compartments of your brain when you're forming musically, when you're forming your musical identity. You never know how those are going to fit into different slots, because at the same time I was studying classical music and then listening to rock and stuff. I was kind of all over the place. But Otis Taylor caught me playing a live set at Buddy Guy's. That was like an opening for the Blues Fest, and that particular show, I was fronting my own Americana project, and he just liked the way I played, and he's like, "Hey, you want to sit in on a couple of shows this weekend?" I'm like, "Sure." Oh my God, that'd be awesome. I love you. I didn't know his work, but I thought how cool to sit in, at
Yeah, no
Chicago
kidding.
Blues Fest. That's awesome. So I started listening to his records, and at that time it was his recapturing the banjo record, which was, I still think, it never got the notoriety, the mainstream attention and recognition that I think it should have, because it was really the first major record that featured all black banjo players, and its point was to reteach America or whoever was listening about the true banjo, the true banjo's
Hmm.
origins, which are Africa. And so I fell in love with that record and his music, and went on a crazy whirlwind, and that's how I ended up in the genre. And I've always also been a huge fan of folk and music, and early like string band music. And the interesting thing about the fiddle is that it its role in the blues is sort of like a foundational instrument, because the early string band music, which birthed blues music later,
Sure.
was primarily voiced with fiddles and banjos, and black fiddle banjo players were the predominant voices. There were very few guitars.
Hmm.
Slaves would be sent to New Orleans, which was like the epicenter of training, of fiddle training for black musicians, for black fiddle players specifically. And they would learn how to play fiddle in New Orleans and go back to their plantations. They would entertain their uh, um, each other, as well as the white slave owners that had them trained. So it's an interesting history. And then, of course, when blues emerged as the popular music and guitar sort of took its role and things got electrified and moved up north, it fell out of fashion very quickly and disappeared. But it's sort of like this untold story. So I hope that part of what I'm doing in my career in my basement is is sort of being a voice of a reminder of the importance of the role of this instrument for Black people. I want to kind of give it back to us, our folk roots with it and our early blues roots with it. And I think I also just I don't do anything normal. Normal has never worked for me. So I kind of find myself in a career that just is very unusual, and I love it. I love the instrument. I love blues music, and I hear, I feel like the violin has such a soulful voice that it's perfectly suited for a genre that's all emotion based.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
It does, and you certainly have made your own way there. You have your own voice within that, which is great.
Thank you.
I want you to play another, but we were talking earlier. As I was perusing your stuff, I came across the video for one of your songs, and you told me that
right on.
that friend of the show and good friend of mine as well as yours, Kathy Richardson, actually is the one who did the video. She edited the video together.
Yes.
Which is awesome because it's really cool. It's a really cool video and it's a cool song.
Thank you.
And I like I really like your voice on it, and I like the lyric is cool, and it's a lyric video, which I like. So so I'd like to play that video for everybody. Let them see it.
Yeah, I love that because I think only like Kathy and I and you have seen it. Maybe my mom. I made her watch it. Like, no one has seen that video, and I think it's really cool. So Kathy Richardson, I'm sure everyone that's watching knows Kathy and adores Kathy, and if you don't, you need to find her, Google her, find her stuff, support her.
You're missing out.
You're missing out. She's a powerhouse, and we met a long while back. We are actually neighbors. We live just a few blocks away from each other, and we discovered each other on a blind date. We were set up together on this boat from a mutual friend years ago, and I was a fan of hers, she was a fan of mine, but we had never crossed paths until this meeting on the boat, and we started collaborating and creating, and we do to this day. And she, if you are not aware of Kathy, you might not know that she's the lead singer of a little band called Jefferson Starship, and she does a lot of their videos for them, and self-taught. She's incredibly creative and wonderful. And when I did this song, I'm like, I want a lyric video to it, and she's like, would you let me just give it a try, because I'm trying to learn this software? And I'm like, yeah, totally, dude. And so she came up with this, and I loved it. I just gave her a couple of photos by my fabulous friend Flynn. Flynn is a photographer, local Chicago photographer, and Kathy ran away with it. So.
All right, well, let's give it a listen, and we'll come back and talk after.
Cool.
All right.
Waiting for the moon as the sun slips down. my heart as the next big meal. I can feel the pull, but I can't look back. Running like a train down a one-way track. Ooh. Love don't come for me.
Don't come for me.
Love keeps chasing me.
Love keeps chasing me.
Love don't come for me.
Don't come for me.
Love keeps chasing me.
Love keeps
Chasing.
Love keeps chasing. Don't you come for me. Don't you come for me.
Come on. That is good stuff.
Thank you. I'll make sure Kathy gets your compliment.
Yeah, please. And I mean, I just really like the song. It's got a great groove, and I like the whole mood of it.
Thank you.
Where did you record it, if you don't mind my asking?
I recorded it here in my basement, and then I also recorded some of it over at Dave Herrero. At
Oh, yeah,
his
I know
place.
Dave.
He's
Sure,
got a great
sure.
little. Dave's awesome. He's got a great little studio, and he sang and played guitar on the song, and so we did tracking at both places, and put them all together. So. Ooh, I like that comment. That was like floating down a river. Yay. I love that comment. Thank you.
I love
Hey,
Dave Herrera.
greetings from the North Country. From the North Country, okay.
I don't know what that
From the
means.
North Country. I don't know what that means either, but it sounds like you grow nice wine or something there,
See, to me, that
grapes.
means Scotland.
North Country.
That means
I love it. I love that.
Well, I'm glad that you're, busy and have been keeping things rolling through all of this.
Oh, yeah, I should mention I just released a new single actually last week. And there's a video up for that people can check out that's linked on my website. But I'm pretty excited about that. I have one of the projects that I'm working on is a collaboration with a wonderful singer-songwriter from North NoCal, California, and his name is Marcus James, and we're going to be putting out a EP later on this year, and we've got some touring starting to regenerate.
There you go.
Keeping fingers crossed that happens. So that's definitely something I wanted to mention. So if you check out the website, you'll see links to that video.
That's
and
the
that
website.
song.
Everybody should go to that
Thank you.
website. And do you have a mailing list or
you.
something they can sign up on there?
No. Are you
Well, what
kidding?
the
I'm not
hell?
that organized. I can't even turn my mic around the right side. A mailing list? What? I mean, are we in
All
the
right.
90s?
You know what? Well, no, not like snail man. Not like gonna send them a letter. Like
I
an
know,
email.
but even an email list is sort of like, do people do that? Is that a thing?
People do
I
that.
didn't-
People do
okay,
that.
well, this is why I'm in my basement, drinking alone.
Hey, I'm in my basement drinking alone too. Well, drinking. Now I'm drinking with you. I count this as drinking with you.
Yay! Sorry, I just dropped something.
That's all right. So anyway, I was hoping you might do one more. Before.
I would love to do one more.
Yeah, I think that would be
Yeah.
awesome. Anything
I'm trying to
particular?
decide what to do. Well, I've got a new song. Should I do something I've never done before? 'Cause
Yes.
It's like it might suck, but I think this is a time of risk, right?
That's right.
So because I was sitting here there's a lot of stuff I could do, but I'm gonna play a song on mandolin, and
Oh,
I should start with the disclaimer that I don't really actually play mandolin. I just think it looks cute. So I've learned how to sort of. Okay, let me see. it's not. Hold on 1 second, so I don't make loud. Sorry.
No worries, no worries. Folks, as long as we have a second to talk, I'm going to say make sure next week you tune in when my special guest will be Chris Siebold, and he will be in studio with me. He just sent me a list of songs to learn for him to do. I sent him a list of mine, and we're going to do a bunch of stuff for you next week. So make sure you're here next Thursday. But in the meantime, let's get back to business here.
Wait, hold on.
Okay.
I have the wrong lyrics. Okay, there we go. Because I don't have them memorized yet. Okay, I'll make a little introduction. This song is, I think, I haven't named it for sure.
Okay.
But I think it's called Let Go.
All right.
And it's kind of a sad song because it's about losing your mind. Undone without you. My heart's unspun, I need you. Who is that face in the mirror? Those tired eyes look familiar. Losing my way back home. Can't find my way back home. Losing my way back home. I can't find my way back home.
Wow, that's awesome.
Well, it was a little flubby, but it's fun to try something new anyway, right?
It was
Work in
wonderfully
progress.
hypnotic, in the words of Kevin Trim.
Oh, thank you, Kevin.
And I don't know if you saw, but Kelly Owens Hutton thinks you should name it Kelly. So consider that.
But see, all of my other songs are named Kelly.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I love it. I love it.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on, and I hope we get a chance to hang out in person sometime soon. Looks like we're getting closer
Yes.
to when that can happen. So that
Yeah,
That would be
absolutely. I would love that. I look forward to it. I'm so grateful to you for thinking of having me. Thank you. I appreciate that.
thank you for coming. And everybody should go to AnnHarris.com and see what Ann is up to, and go see her as soon as you can. And in the meantime, buy all her stuff and watch all her videos. And get some body butter.
Yeah.
All right, Ann. Well, I will catch you soon, and thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right,
Be
see ya.
blessed and love to the family.
Always. All right. Well, how about that? That was amazing. Oh, boy, I got to tell you, it's good for the soul to have someone like Ann around, because she's very upbeat and very positive, and she brings a little bit of that magic with her wherever she goes, which is wonderful. So we've been going for a little while, but I feel like I should at least do a few more songs. I know we went a little long in the interview, but when you got a great guest, that's what you do. And as I said, next week I've got Chris Siebold on there. There's a couple other things I should probably really quickly plug. For those of you who listen to it, and for those of you who don't, I have a podcast with Pat Brennan called We're Only Speaking Verbally. And just today, we dropped Season 2, Episode 1. It's all about film music, part 1 of it. Part 2 just completed. They'll come out next week. But I'm telling you, it's well worth a listen. It's very fun. It's me and Pat, and that's always a good time. Plus, it is a pretty good discussion of film music, and every week is a little something different. So please, wherever you catch your podcasts, come and listen. It's worth the listen. And the other thing I will plug is, if you are in the area and you want to see some live music this weekend, guess what? Live gig! That's right. I will be playing with Axes, me, David Blameyers, John Paul, and special guest Dan Leali. We'll be playing a whole show at Outer Space this Saturday. We start at 7, doors are at 6, no cover. It is obviously limited seating because it is socially distanced indoors. But I did a show there a couple of weeks ago, and like I say, they do a really good job of it. It's a safe environment. I feel like it's something that you can feel confident that you'll be okay there. And I have played some gigs of late. I just played this past Saturday with Paul Bulger in Geneva, and that did not feel quite like they were taking everything as seriously as they do at the Outer Space. And so I highly recommend that you come by and see it and get your live music fix on. And there's only more of that coming, because believe me, there is more of that coming. All right, enough of that. I got one more thing to say, but I got to do some songs, or you guys are all going to leave on me, and I wouldn't blame you one bit. So what am I going to do? I think I will do a Decemberist tune, because I think I'll probably do it on Saturday, and I should practice. There's an ancient pull. These tree trunks, these stream beds, they leave our bellies full. They sing out, I am going to stand my ground. You rise to me and I'll blow you down. I am going to stand my ground. rise to me and I'll blow you down. Hey Henry, can you hear me? Let me see those eyes. This distance between us can seem a mountain size. Say, boy, you are going to stand your ground. You rise to me and then blow you down. Let me see you stand your ground. They rise to you and you blow them down. My darling, my sweetheart, I am in your sway. Two cold climes come springtime, and let me hear you say, my love, I am going to stand my ground. They rise to me and I'll blow them down. I am going to stand my ground. You rise to me and I'll blow them down. As I am going to stand my ground. You rise to me, I'll blow you down. I really love that song. It is a pretty one. Thank you, John Gallo. I appreciate that very much. And thank you, John Nicolo. I appreciate that too. You know what? I appreciate you guys a lot. Everybody who comes here every week, it really is a wonderful thing. And if you are new here and you haven't done this before, I would encourage you to like and subscribe here on the YouTube channel. It helps me a lot. And the other thing I would encourage you to do is to send a tip to one of these locations right there. And I think that it will be put to good use, or at least it'll be put to use. Good use is a very subjective term. And I said there was one more thing that I wanted to say. I've got the podcast. Next week we've got Chris Siebold. I got the gig this Saturday. Oh my gosh. Well, guess what? The weather's changing. Today was a gorgeous day. It felt wonderful. It was spring almost. And with that in mind, it's time to start maybe having some outdoor, safe, socially distanced gatherings, or small indoor gatherings, very small, but still. And maybe you want some music for that kind of thing. So thank you, Steve. So I think that what that means is if you want to hire me, I'm available. So I set up a little email address there, getmusic@cnevsplace.com. You could hire me. You You could hire me and somebody else, one of the guests or somebody else you see me play with. Axes, which is usually me and David and John Paul, sometimes with Danny, sometimes with Andon. Sometimes Dog is in there substituting for David, depending. Tributosaurus, maybe you want to hire Tributosaurus. Well, I am the guy who books that band. So you could do that. Or if you've seen a guest on the show and you're not sure how to get a hold of them, maybe you don't remember the information or whatever, feel free to hit me up and I will get you in touch with them, because everybody who I've had on here is a great musician and needs to work and wants to work. So please help us make that happen. Okay? All right. That's it for the shilling. I'm done with that. I'm going to play another song. And Steve, I'm putting this up because I agree. So, you can see that I have my crazy psychedelic background going on tonight, partially in honor of Ann, but also, as you know, I have been rebuilding the studio, and we are not quite done with the live room. It's much closer than it was last week, but still not quite ready for prime time. You'll see a little bit of it next week because Chris and I will have to be back there when we shoot. I know that you've seen, this is like what the new workstation looks like, which is awesome. Very pleased with that. But wait till you see what's coming behind me. It's going to be awesome. So anyway, enough of that. Let's do a song or two, shall we? And then I'm going to go to Record Club. And you can tell Steve I said so, Kelly. Okay. I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us, just the two of us, just the two of us, building castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. We look for love, no time for tears. Wasted water's all that is, and it don't make no flowers grow. Good things might come to those who wait, not to those who wait too late. We gotta go for all we know. Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us, just the two of us, just the two of us, building them castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. Da 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 da, ba da ba ba ba, ba ba da ba ba da ba 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 ba, ba ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da, ba ba da ba 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 ba. I hear the crystal raindrops fall on the window down the hall, and it comes the morning dew. The moon, and when that morning comes and I see the morning sun, well, I want to be the one with you. Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us, just the two of us, building castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. Ba ba da 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 da, ba ba da ba ba ba, ba ba da 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 da, ba 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 ba, ba ba da 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 da, ba ba da ba ba ba, ba ba da 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 da. Pretty. Love it. Nothing like a good Rhodes tune to get me going. All right. I'm going to do one more, and I think we're going to call it a night. If we have any requests, now's the time. Because as you know, requests can extend the night. But I think I'm going to do, let's see, what do we want to do here? Let's see. I think we want, Kevin, you always want Wilco, and I gave it to you last time, and you're going to have to wait for it this time. So let's see. How about I was scrambling to look at that. Jimmy Darley. I'm putting it up there. Look at that. Jimmy Darley is matching all donations in the next 5 minutes. $20 cap per person. Everybody, please put some money in. Let's bankrupt Jimmy Darley tonight. I think that would be an amazing, amazing thing. Ooh, Peter, that's a good call. I don't really know that one that well, but you know what? I'm putting it on my list for next week. I will have that for you next week. I'm going to send it to Siebold, tell him to learn it too. What the hell, right? Why not? That's a good idea. All right, so I'm going to do, I'm going to do some Kinks. I feel like doing a Kinks song. That's what I'm going to do. So with this, I will be saying my good nights. Remember, please come next week for Chris Siebold. He'll be sitting right here in the studio with me, and we will be jamming for you, which will be a lot of fun. I am quite certain of that. And I see Kelly's been in there, Kelly's been in there all night, and we've been talking about getting together. I would say once a week we make a plan and don't actually follow through on it, but we are going to absolutely make that happen, and we're going to make it happen in front of you folks because that's really fun. Oh, look at you, Jimmy, with Jackson Brown, huh? Oh, I did have one that I was going to do. Let me see. What Jackson Brown was I going to, what the hell? Oh, this one. Do I have, I don't have the actual chords for that one on the lyric sheet, so that one would be tough to pull off since I don't actually know it that well. I see Beatles. I did a Beatles tonight already, and they only have a couple of good songs. I see another Beatles. All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do two songs. I'll do a Beatles song, and I will do. I won't do a Kinks song if I'm doing a Beatles song because that's a lot of British invasion. I'll do a Kinks song, and I will do. I think I'm going to do a. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Okay. I'll give you a Beatles song first. Which one am I going to give you? Let's see what's in my little list here today. I know. Normally I'm a little more organized than this, but today just, it's the spring thing. It gets to me. It makes me feel like I don't have to do the stuff I normally would do, and I'm clearly wrong about that. Oops. Where is... I don't want that piano. I want this piano. Day after day, alone on a hill, the man with the foolish grin is keeping perfectly still. But nobody wants to know him, they can see that he's just a fool. He never gives an answer, but the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round. Well on the way, head in a cloud, the man of 1,000 voices talking perfectly loud, but nobody ever hears him or the sound he appears to make. And he never seems to notice, but the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round. Nobody seems to like him, they can tell that he wants to do, and he never shows his feelings, but the fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round. Oh, oh, He never listens to them. He knows that they're the fools, and they don't like him. The fool on the hill sees the sun going down, and the eyes in his head see the world spinning round. Whoa, round and round and round and round and round. Ah, the Beatles. You know what? That was a good call. That was a good call, you two Johns who suggested that. I think you were right about that. All right, I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to be done. And that one more is going to be this one, because this is what I was thinking of earlier today, and I love it. And I love all of you for coming every week. Please like and subscribe if you have not done that. I'll give that little animation there in the corner. And if you have, that's great. Spread the word. Get some people out for next week for me and Chris. I think it's going to be a good time. All right, folks. I am a lineman for the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing through the wire, I can hear you through the wine, and the Wichita lineman is still on the line. I know I need a small vacation, but it don't feel like rain. If it snows, that stretch down south won't ever stand the strain. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. And the Wichita lineman is still on the line. Still on the line. Still on the line. that's going to be it. I'll see you next week, folks. Don't miss it. And please tell all your friends about it. I'll talk to you soon. Love you. See you next week.